Alright, shout out. Salute, guys, from Bangkok, if you will. That's what it is. Chilling in the hotel. I've done the deed, so I want to go ahead and update you guys on that. So, yes, it is official as of 2 days ago. So, we're here trying to get some rest and relaxation. It's been a lot. But today I want to talk about a video I cannot ignore, guys. This video, oh my God. It's from Alexander Grace. I'm going to put a link in the description. I've actually watched this guy for years. I think he's one of the most objective people, and I really believe that he has a heartfelt mindset when it comes to finding a solution to today's problems between, men and women. And I think he's very objective, probably one of the most objective. But this video he just put up today, ladies, you need to pay attention because there's a serious problem. And you can laugh now, but we're seeing the ramifications of this. And this right here, everyone's got to hear. So without further ado, check it out. Throw him some love. Subscribe to him. And let's go.
If you're a man and you're like, what the hell? There's no good females out there to date. These are all trash options. What do I do? I was talking to my boyfriend the other day, and he was telling me that he had such a hard time finding a girlfriend before he met me, and this is why. Tell me if you agree. So he would walk up to a lot of different females. That's basically what he did to me. That's how he found me, okay? And when he walked up to these females, he would say, hi, just like that, and want to start a conversation. He said so many people would just look him in the eyes and either just walk away, like straight up, look at him and just leave, or they would give him like the biggest resting bitch face and then be such a bitch to him that it's like, why would you even want to have a conversation? It's like you're talking to a wall or someone that like wants to stab you in the face.
All right. He told you the truth. This is what guys do experience, and this is why guys don't take chicks serious anymore, especially in the West. If you watch my channel, I live in Thailand. As I said, I've done the deed. I got married. It's what it is, The women here do not act this way. And I'm not saying some of them don't. Some of them do, of course. It's not that difficult. If you spend some time and you vet them out properly, honestly, I think that most women do not act like the modern Western feminist mindset type women that we're all used to. The ones that the guys don't want to be around, the guys don't want to work in certain departments because of HR issues. I've not had to experience any of these issues since being here. Is it perfect? No. Can you get scammed? Yes. Can you get taken down through there? Yes. Can you get lied to? Yes. Can you get manipulated? Yes. Can you get baby trapped? Yes. Can you get divorced? Ramrodded? Yes. But I think that the odds are really stacked against you in the West, and it's a pointless game. And with that being said, the fact that this man is done, the title of his video is "We Are Done," and I've heard this man talk very positive for the most part, but you got to hear this. Let's get back to it. Let's go.
Yep. And men are sick of it. You can only put up with being treated like you are subhuman for so long before you are just done. You quit, and that is what men are doing en masse.
Statistics show that 48 to 59% of single men between the ages of 18 and 40 have never asked a woman out on a date in the past year.
So I actually want to start out this video with an apology from me to my audience.
Sorry, guys. Hold that thought. He's apologizing. I wanted to back it up and talk about the girl. The reason why men don't do this is because women, not only do they reject a man or like cold-heartedly, like stone cold disrespect, they will humiliate that man. They will publicly post his text messages. Even if he's trying to shoot a shot, it doesn't matter. Women have made a mockery out of disrespecting men. And they've made a sport of it. Women that are crying about why men don't approach, they don't care about men approaching. They want men to approach just so they can freaking reject them. That's really what it is. They want all the men to approach them just so they can reject them. Women get this high on this. I know you don't like hearing this, but it's the truth. Every man knows this. Every man has experienced this, not just once. Like, Like, women don't just reject, they humiliate a man or drag him down through there or ruin or tarnish his career, possibly, because of him just approaching her innocently. It doesn't matter. But with that said, remember the thought. He's apologizing, guys. Let's hear why. This is Alexander Grace, as I said. He's apologizing to us. Listen to what he has to say.
Because there is something that I have consistently gotten wrong over the years. I feel shitty about it, and I want to admit to you guys when I make a mistake, own up to it, say that I'm sorry, and I really mean this. I have rationalized and excused women's rudeness when men approach them for far too long. I focused on the man, I focused on game, and how men can overcome that resistance instead of analyzing that resistance itself and holding women accountable.
Real quick, sorry guys. This is the problem. This is why it is happening so fast, because men have completely they've tried to rationalize working around this type of environment for so long. They're done with it. There's no winning. There's no benefit. There's no reward for this. A lot of men suffer in the long term playing this strategy, and he's absolutely right. You know, men have taught other men to overcome this, as opposed to stopping and saying, hey, ladies, you chicks ain't right. And instead of giving these chicks validation, instead of taking them on dates, instead of rewarding them with your damn commitment, why are you doing this? Because you're perpetuating the problem as men. So to an extent, yes, men, you have to have accountability when it comes to this and the women you choose. But you have to hold them accountable too. You got to walk away from bullshit, disrespect. You know, chicks like pulling out her phone on dates and stuff, like, get out of here with that. This is why I tell you, I've told you for so long, stay off the damn dating apps, dude. It's Russian roulette with trash, man. I'm sorry. It's what it is. Ladies, if you don't like that, get off the dating apps. Oh, well, I won't find any man. Well, you're not finding any man anyway. You're out there crying it and complaining every day. There ain't no real men. You know? But you're fishing from a pool of dog crap. And guys, let's just be honest. If you're on dating apps, that's what you're doing. And to a lot of guys, ladies, here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the secret. A lot of guys, they know they're fishing in a pool of crap. They just want some target practice. And that's where you come in. And you're out here complaining about those men, trying to overlay that with every man. And men are sick and tired of trying to rationalize this type of stuff and try to adjust our behavior to appease you. This is where he's going. Let him go. Let's let him cook.
Let me explain to you why I made this mistake. Understand, I came of age in the 2000s, and so I have never known what it's like to live in a culture where women do show respect for men. Whenever I saw a man approach a woman to try and talk with her, I routinely saw women laugh, ignore him, insult him, or just spend the interaction being rude to the man as a way of shit-testing him. Yep. I thought that was normal. I didn't really understand how truly fucked up that behavior was, because it's all I had grown up seeing.
Sorry, guys. That whole shit-testing stuff, this is like I don't disagree with you guys when it comes to shit-tests, women's shit-tests. Of course they do. Let her shit-test. I'm out. I'm gone. I ain't playing that shit. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and let somebody shit test me. I'm out. Like, stop. Like, he's right. Like, instead of trying to, like, come up with solutions to play her game, it's time that you pull it back to you and let them focus on what the hell they're doing wrong. And this isn't, like, me bashing and saying, oh, it's all their fault. No, I know a lot of men are bad, but a lot of men are good. Let's let them cook.
Fish doesn't really know what water is because he's spent his entire life just swimming in it. I thought that shit tests and rude behavior were normal, and that it was perfectly natural for women to treat men badly. Yep. To say rude things to him just to test him out to see if he's confident enough to push through that resistance. In fact, one of the first videos that I ever released on this channel back in 2017 was me at the beach going up to women and asking them about this phenomenon of shit tests. Have you ever given a man a shit test before?
Probably. Every time. I think I give men shit tests every day of my life.
See, I knew that this was real. I saw how rude women were when I was younger, but I never stopped to ask the big questions like, is it okay to treat men like this? Why do women feel so entitled to be so righteously rude and dismissive? I was young, I was horny, and my mind just didn't think in terms of those big questions yet. I wasn't...
Sorry, dude. And that's okay. We all went there, dude. You're going through the process. I love your stuff, man. And I appreciate you being honest about this. We all did. We all tried to get around this for as long as we could. So, listen, it's not about like abandoning, women and whatnot. It's like, listen, you have to like hold people accountable if you're holding yourself accountable. You can't deal with people who are not accountable in your life. If you are a person who holds yourself accountable, you conduct yourself with integrity, or you would treat someone a certain way. You can't deal with people like this, especially a woman, romantically. That is the most intimate part of your life. You're welcoming a woman into your most intimate, private, like, you're giving her the keys to the kingdom in a way. When it comes to a commitment, long-term, relationship, marriage, things like that. This is why I don't play this shit test stuff, and I appreciate this. And yes, men should stop excusing this crap. It is unacceptable. It is. This is why I don't deal with these types of chicks. I didn't come here for that. But with that being said, given what it is for me today, I would have never married a woman that acted anything like these chicks in the West. Seriously. That she didn't come from a good 2-parent home, strong family structure. Is she perfect? No. But she's wonderful. She's a pleasant woman to deal with. She's very respectful. She's kind. She's sweet. I love her. I love being with her. Honestly. She, when I say no, not a problem. It's not about me dominating. It's not even that. It's like it's a team effort sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just act different. Like, when it's the right energy or the right type of person you're dealing with. But like, I've never experienced this in the West. Is this like broad across Asia? No. There are plenty of wonderful women. I would argue the pool is a lot better, but you can't just come here and, I'm going to find. It doesn't work that way. It is a random stroke of luck, but it's also a lot of experience and, bumping your head and learning your lessons too, and being honest with yourself when it comes to this, even like coming here. So I'm not talking about like passporting, but I'm saying, like, I understand. Listen to the evolution of our boy. Let's let him cook.
Philosophical, I was just practical. Women are rude when you try and talk to them. Okay, that seems to be just a fact of reality. My only thought was, well, how do I overcome that? Like, if this is a game, what do I need to do to win? I was very ambitious, and when I discovered the seduction community with like pickup artist techniques, learning about game with detailed instructions on how to pass shit tests,
Listen to
brain
this.
control, teasing, flirting, I thought, great, okay, that's what you do. So I learned it, I applied it, I got very good at it, and my dating life took off. But I can see now that that's actually been my blind spot, and that's the reason why I'm apologizing. Because I couldn't see past my own experience. My focus had been exclusively on how to pass shit tests. My focus was not on whether or not this behavior from women was actually appropriate. Now, long-time subscribers of this channel know that this issue has come up lots of times before, probably in 4 or 5 different videos. You guys have roasted me in the comment section, which I deserved, but even getting that feedback, I couldn't see it. I didn't understand why men were frustrated with me. Like,
right, real quick. Hey, I got mad respect for you, man. Like I said, you tried to be objective, man. You tried your angle. And listen, we're only as good as our experiences in a lot of ways. Any of us, like including myself. I've made tons of mistakes personally myself. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up, man. For real. I appreciate you listening to your folks. And I love your content. Babe, no thank. I do video. Thank you. But I do appreciate you being honest about this, and it's not easy, but still, like, don't beat yourself up, man. You've put in so much work with your data collection and, making sure that your stories are lined up. You went out there in the streets, interviewed people. You've really done a lot of good for the community, and I appreciate your contribution, even your earlier. contributions. So, with that being said, keep doing what you do, brother. Let's go.
I was sincerely trying to help. I was explaining the psychology of why women are rude to men, the evolutionary basis, what purpose they're serving, what they're looking for in men. And then I was giving instructions on how to successfully move past that rudeness. But then there'd be a bunch of guys in the comments saying, why should I have to put up with this in the first place? Why is it okay for women to be rude to me? But I just kept focusing on the practical. And sadly, all of my explanations for female behavior, it just sounded like justifications, excuses for women's disrespect. All of my advice on how to overcome this, it had the effect of making men feel like I was just ignoring how outright unpleasant this is to deal with.
Hey, real quick, no, bro, no, we didn't feel like you ignored, dude. You tackled every issue. Dude, it's natural for a man to want to overcome everything, every adversity. That's how we think. We immediately think, how do we adjust, compromise, innovate, improvise, and move on? That's our immediate first instinct as a man. You did nothing wrong. Absolutely. Like, seriously, why wouldn't a man think this way? Seriously, that's how we're hardwired to think. But there does come a breaking point, and I think we're beyond that at this point, and I think you're realizing that. It's what it is. Don't beat yourself up. Like, seriously, you put out so much good information and you've been so objective. Like, I hope that it can be accepted by the right people. So let's go ahead. I appreciate what you're saying. Let's go.
The responsibility on men once again to do the work. Doesn't matter how rude women are, how ridiculous their standards, how entitled their personalities. Men, it's on you to find a way, to suck it up, to figure it out.
Guys, can you ask us out in person? No more DMs, none of that. Girls love to get asked out in person. It doesn't
Yeah, you love to get asked out just so you can fucking reject them. You miss your ego boost. That's what it is. You want dudes slide in calling you princess and cupcake and good morning and all that just so you can ignore them and go laugh with your friends and put it in your damn group chats. This is why men ain't approaching y'all anymore. Like, we done figured it out. So, in a way, he's right. Men are done. Let's go.
happen anymore. Please come up to us. We're nice.
No, they're
the worst
not.
we're gonna say is no.
A few moments later.
Like, a lot of world problems would be solved if men just, like,
Cease to exist?
yeah.
I know that some of my past videos on this topic have really pissed off some guys. All I can say is that I was sincere, and I'm sorry, I did not see it. That's how it is with bias and with blind spots. You don't know what you don't know. But let me tell you now that I can see it. I see it very clearly. This dating market is fucked up. At its core, the whole thing is fucked.
Wow. I can't believe he said, like, honestly. And honestly, that it's him saying this, there's a serious problem. We've all known there's a serious problem, man. I'm not saying you're late to the game, bro. You get here when you get here through your experiences. We all want to, it's what it is. Don't beat yourself up. But seriously, it is messed up and it's not right.
Have allowed our culture to degenerate to the point where women feel like it is okay to treat men with disrespect, to be rude, to be insulting. A kind, polite man says hello to you, he's being friendly. It's fine to just ignore him or just be bitchy for the entire conversation. No manners, no etiquette, no respect, no affirming of his right to dignity. That's fucked up. It shouldn't be this way, and it doesn't have to be. Yes, you can look smacks like crazy. You can learn game. You can become the perfect seduction guy who knows every little trick. Perfect frame control, the ability to successfully navigate through all her blockades. And then maybe you might be lucky enough to find your way into a conversation where she is being friendly to you.
Lucky. Like, the fact that you even have to think this way as a man, like, you're lucky enough to be in a conversation with her. Like, this is why men are becoming arrogant. It's a defense mechanism, but it's the truth. Like, men want to let their guard down. But given the state of what we live in today, nah. Like, it's disgusting. So yeah, you can go out there and be an asshole and play games and stuff and learn it and get plenty of play and all that stuff. And it's sad that that works. It does. I mean, the less I cared, the more they cared. The more I cared, the less they cared. Like, men are sick of this shit. So let's go.
But that is a ridiculous standard to hold men to. Why isn't being kind enough? Why isn't being friendly and respectful enough? I can imagine an alternative timeline where boys and girls were all raised in healthy families. We live in close communities and everybody has positive self-esteem. Where once you become a man, if you approach a woman at an event, have a conversation with her, maybe ask her to dance, even if it does not work out between the two of you, there is no attraction. At all times, the woman is kind and friendly to you. She does not start off from a baseline hatred of men, distrust, suspicion. She takes no pleasure in rejecting men. In this alternative timeline, all women are polite, kind, respectful, friendly. Women value men and men value women. Men do not view women just as a means to have sex. Hookup culture is not a thing. Dating is much more straightforward because the purpose is clear. The goal is for everybody to partner up. Dating is not for people to get ego boosts. It's not for distracting people from their boredom. Dating is not used for free dinners or to masturbate using another person's body. In this timeline, dating is simple, uncomplicated, wholesome. Men don't need to put on an act. They can be themselves. They can be nice to women and feel confident that women are not going to interpret that niceness as weakness. Men can relax knowing that women in this timeline do not take pleasure in humiliating men.
I know there's a saying that it's a numbers game, but there's also a saying that says stay in your lane. And I just feel like some of the creatures that come up to me with the confidence they have, a man really came up to me at the gas station and said, "You caught my eye. How about we close him? Keep him sealed tight. Shut."
Like, look at this chick. This is a perfect example. Yeah. This is how, I mean, not only do they reject them, they put it on fucking TikTok. They put it on fucking YouTube. They put it on Instagram. They put it on Facebook. They blast it to all their friends. They have to humiliate that man in the process. So this is the point. This is a TikTok video that she made right after, making fun of this guy. Basically, he wasn't good enough for her. So I got to make a TikTok so the whole world can see it. This is why men are done. And for my man here to make this video, I'm surprised he's saying this because I haven't heard him talk this way yet. So let's let him finish.
Actually, because I'm here to fill up my gas.
Dating should not be like this. It just shouldn't. How things are right now, how men are treated by women, it's fucked up. There are a bunch of guys out there who are struggling, and it's not their fault. The game was massively rigged against them. And for so long, I could not see it because when it came to the topic of shit tests and women being rude to men, I was too busy focused on how to overcome that, thinking of practical strategies to beat the game. And I forgot to stop and take notice of just how fucked up the game is that we are all playing.
This is facts. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we don't play this shit anymore. Like, guys, don't play this goddamn game. Like, you can do it if you want. But you're not, man, I'm going to tell you something. It ain't worth it. There's no reward playing this game. This is why I just choose not to do it. You know what my story is. I've talked about it. You know what it is. I told you in the beginning. I don't play this game, and I'm not going to deal with the chick I got to play this game with. Seriously, I can play this game. I can play all that, not talking, playing, like, making her wonder and worry and all that stuff, and, being at those toxic games and stuff that they like. But it's not, what's the point? Like, why are we playing that game? This is not a game I think that men want to play. Most men don't want to play games with their own heart, their own future investment, their future, like, liabilities and, and their purpose in life. Men don't want to play games with this. Men like certainty. We don't like this shit long term. And this is why this is a game for the short term strategy people out there hooking up, running through the same circle of 304s, men and women alike. So,
toxic or boring relationship?
Toxic.
Toxic. Oh, toxic, definitely.
It just makes it more fun.
It just makes it more fun. It's more fun.
In this culture, we have women consciously choosing to be with bad men, which of course has the predictable consequence after you are treated badly of turning you bitter. Then, when a regular, nice man approaches them, from that bitterness, they feel entitled to be rude and suspicious. That situation is fucking ridiculous. And yes, I put the blame on women. Ladies, nobody is forcing you to date toxic men. Your bitter attitude is your own fault. So you might say, well, that's unfair. What about the toxic man? What about his responsibility? If he didn't treat her badly, then none of this would be a problem. No, you still don't get it. If he didn't treat her badly, then she wouldn't be interested. These women are specifically attracted to toxic men. That's the point. I know from my own life, during my teenage years, I was my authentic, nice guy self, and I had moderate success. But when I learned game, and I started teasing women, not texting back, seeing multiple girls at the same time, leaning into my cockiness, guess what? When I did that, my options exploded. My guess is that for all of the genuine bad boys out there, there's just as many men who would have been nice guys if they had been sexually rewarded for doing so. But they listened to women's actions, not their words. And you can hardly blame them.
Wow. Dude, this dude is dropping straight truth. Hey, shout out, bro. Kudos to you. Let's go.
Why should any man be single and lonely, martyrs to the nice guy cause? Nope. Men are always going to act the way that women find sexually desirable. Toxic men.
Men are always going to act the way that women find sexually desirable. So keep this in mind, ladies. If you don't like the way men are acting, it's time to look at yourself. Let's go.
Bad boys, women, do not complain about them. They are your own creation. For every woman out there who is rude to nice men while sexually rewarding bad boy jerks, this is your fault. You need to fix this. And once again, I am so sorry for my earlier videos which had the indirect effect of shaming men, telling them that it's their responsibility to do this or that to try and overcome all of this rudeness from women.
Alright. Guys, I think you get the point. I'm going to put the link in the description, man. Go check him out, dude. He's been putting out content for a long time, and he's really good. He's very objective, and like I said, I probably listened to him for 5 years or so. I love his videos. Like, he tries to be very objective, but he speaks very well, and he's not, biased or, of course he talks about men's issues, but he speaks it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? That should be well received. It comes from a good place, like good intentions. But still, to hear him speak this way, this is the first time since I've listened to him for years now that I've heard him say this. So this is a big deal. And I'm not saying just because it's him, a lot of men have come to this conclusion. A lot of men are leaving or have already left. Not looking for women. They're just, listen, I don't want to work for a company with a chick who's looking to bust my balls, you know what I'm saying? Or hit me up, or, we all know what the hell's going on in the West. Let's just be honest. We just, it surrounds us. You can't escape it unless you leave. And it's like we don't want to live in a society that focuses only on, clout, status, money, boats, yachts, Miami, shaking booty, and how many Instagram likes. This shit doesn't matter. This is why people are leaving the West in droves. They're finding happiness outside, but I'm not saying your problems are all going to be fixed by leaving. No, but I am saying that this is a serious problem. In America, it has been in the West for a long time. It has grown to such a point where I don't think the mainstream can ignore this anymore. It's getting so out of hand. And he's absolutely right. I totally agree with him, and I respect and I appreciate. Hey, shout out to you, my man, if you're watching this. Great video. I think you're probably one of your best videos yet. But you don't owe anyone an apology. You're gonna grow. You're gonna evolve. We all do. We all learn from our experiences. We only know what we've been shown and what we've experienced and faced and challenged and whatnot, or overcome, or even failed at. That's all we know. Don't worry about that, bro. With that said, great video, guys. Check out his channel. Throw him some love. I appreciate it. Throw me some love if you don't mind. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.